It is a Monday, meaning it's a brand new week. It is the start of something beautiful.
You know what I tweeted this morning? I said to myself and to all my followers that I hope this week brings us good news. I am looking forward to receiving some good news. I don't know, but this week has to give something good.
It has to bring good news.
I totally agree.
And I receive. But nevertheless, good morning and welcome. This is Smell the Coffee, your favorite morning talk show. I am Diana Master, joined by Aina Riza Kweyo, and we couldn't be more excited to be bringing you today's edition. So, how was your weekend?
The weekend was great. We attended Momentum. Great event. We were so fortunate enough to be in the presence of, incredible women who are trailblazers and, women who are taking up space in various industries. And so then I felt extremely blessed to, drink off their waters and to, just bask in their wisdom. And I remember what stood out for me was, I can't remember the speaker's name, but she said, say yes to yourself.
Amen.
And for me, that was so huge because oftentimes good things do come to us, right? But we don't allow these good things to come to us. Yes, because we are not used to so many good things coming for us. We then end up feeling unworthy and we end up self-sabotaging ourselves because we think, oh my gosh, how can me, a little girl from Korea, get this opportunity? And so then you do something so outrageous that this opportunity goes away from you.
Not even just that, hey, it's a thing of usually something comes, something good comes, and you think to yourself, nah, this is good to be true.
Yeah.
And we are told that most of the times if something is too good to be true, it usually is. So then we have that mentality and we self-sabotage. So now here's this big opportunity and you're there being suspicious, like, nah, something bad has to follow after this. I can't just have good things. You need to tell yourself, listen, I deserve good things. It comes back to what you said the other time about words of affirmation and affirming yourself. Like, you know what? I deserve good things. Good things come to me. I am worthy of all these good things.
Yes.
Don't self-sabotage just because you think you're unworthy. There's a reason that opportunity came your way. It's because you're worthy. All you have to do now is believe in yourself and believe you can do it, and you can accomplish amazing, amazing things.
And so then say yes to yourself.
Yes. All right, now stick around. We will be right back after this short break with some of our top stories.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
Okay, we start off our top stories in China. A police officer handcuffs himself to a suicidal man on roof ledge and talks him into climbing down in a trending video. A police officer in China who handcuffed himself to a suicidal man to stop him from jumping from a rooftop ledge has been hailed as a hero on mainland social media. Videos from August 23rd of the officer using handcuffs to restrain the man from jumping went viral, with more than 7 million views on Douyin, the mainland version of TikTok. According to local media outlet, Officer Li Yansong found the man on the rooftop of the residential building where he lives in central China's Hubei province after his family called the police, fearing for the man's safety. When Li and another officer arrived, the man, surnamed Chen, was teetering on the roof's edge where he had been standing for some time. While trying to persuade Chen to climb in from the ledge, Li, who had responded hastily to the family's call and did not have all his police equipment with him, asked another officer to pass him his handcuffs. Rather than handcuffing Chen to a nearby railing, Li approached the roof's edge and handcuffed Chen's wrist to his own to prevent him from falling or jumping. The other police officer then grabbed Chen's wrist to prevent both men from potentially falling off the ledge. With the help of firefighters who arrived minutes later, they got Chen away from the ledge and out of immediate danger.
Aww.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, that's sweet.
It's sweet, but it's
Yeah,
risky.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
But it brings me back to a thought, not maybe a thought, maybe a saying that says you need to be selfless. You need to serve others beyond you. And this man, I think that's an act of, servanthood.
Yeah.
That's an act of, standing in a gap for other people who might...
It's an act of selflessness as well.
Yes, who might not necessarily be able to do so for themselves. So well done to him,
Well done to him.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, he has way more guts than I could ever have.
I mean, I could never risk my life
No.
to even save myself.
No. Like, sometimes you just accept your fate. You're like, okay, you know
God,
God,
yeah, this is where I go out.
This is where I go out.
And I'm
it's
fine.
It's been a good
fine.
run. It's been a good run. I accept my fate. And that time you wake up in a hospital and you're like, God, I'm here.
Yeah.
Have I arrived? And everyone is like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think a lot of the times, we live in a world now where people have become more and more selfish. So it's hard to find acts like this. Like, acts like this don't just come by anymore. Everyone is always putting number one first. Like, listen, nah, it's my life. You clearly want to die, so you do it. I'm not going to stop you. But then again, guys, if you are feeling suicidal, please do ask for help.
Yeah.
It is...
I think... yesterday on Twitter, or maybe Saturday, I can't really remember when I saw this. I saw there was this man on the bridge. You know these roads that are on the bridge?
Yeah.
Like these very, very high roads.
Yeah.
So he was standing there and wanting to jump off. And this is on the highway and there are cars. So cars are then passing by, others have pulled over. I could see men and women, I guess trying to convince this man
not to
jump. And it was just like a sad time.
Because
it was
also
a sad sight.
People who are that close, like people who have made up their minds, anything you say could literally just be that push.
And you don't even know, should I say something? Should I not? Should I pull over?
What do I do?
Yes.
And you can't even run to try and catch them, because the minute you run, they're going to jump.
Yes.
And now what?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move
But
on.
anyway, we are moving over to some sweet news. Kylie Jenner has renewed her friendship with Jordan Woods on TikTok. Kylie Cosmetics founder shared a new video with her formerly estranged longtime BFF, which marks the first social media clip the two have filmed together in more than 4 years, and which also comes several weeks after they renewed their friendship following a cheating scandal. Kylie posted the footage on TikTok on the 9th of September. In the video, set to humming Urban Stereo's 2004 song Banana Shake, she and Jordan visited an Acne Studio store, took selfies together, and then exit the shop together. The Kardashian star walked out first and her friend following shortly thereafter, and they entered a vehicle that was waiting for them across the road with a group of fans cheering them on. Jordan also posted a mirror selfie of her that she snapped at the store on her Instagram stories. The two shared the images on 9 September, almost 2 months after they were photographed at a restaurant in Los Angeles, marking the first time they were seen out together since Jordan was effectively banished from the Kardashian-Jenner family in 2019 following an intimate encounter with Tristan Thompson while he was in a relationship with Kylie's sister, Khloe Kardashian. That is the story.
All right. I have to say, I love to see that they're back together.
They rekindled
Jordan
their
is
friendship.
a bigger person than I am, because if you accuse me of doing something...
She was not accused.
No, but you didn't hear. They said, right, there were pictures and whatever. But Jordan was saying he came and he kissed me.
Yes.
So it could be a thing of someone snapped that picture right at that moment. So now it looks like they were engaged, or she was engaging. And now when things started coming up, like all these stories about Tristan started coming out, that no, he's actually the serial cheater. that becomes a whole problem. So it's a thing of, but as my friend, you didn't believe me when I told you that he kissed me. I didn't kiss him.
I don't think that was the issue. I think that, yes, they saw that he kissed her and they saw that they possibly believed it. The issue was that you are my friend, you are my sister, but now you are engaging in this act with my sister's boyfriend. She could have easily pushed him away, but she didn't retaliate.
But that's what I'm saying. What if that picture, because it's not like it was a video showing them
But also
engaging.
the people that were there did not say she retaliated. She allowed for this kiss to happen. I can kiss you, but if you see I'm your sister's, let's say I'm your sister's boyfriend, and I come straight to you, I'm kissing you, you anticipate that you have the opportunity to retaliate, but you didn't.
No, hear me out. This is me speaking from experience, and this is going to get a bit personal. Once upon a time, I was just there sitting. This actually happened at UNAM. So I'm sitting there, and one of our classmates comes out of the theater, right? And I'm sitting there by the desk. And I'm like, oh, hey, so-and-so. And then he just comes and he starts kissing me, right? I don't like him. I don't feel that way for him. But I'm just there, like, because I'm so shocked because you don't know what to do. So it could have been a thing of she genuinely was like, because sometimes these things catch you off guard, like you freeze.
Okay.
So it could be a thing of she was just frozen, like, bro, what are you doing?
Okay, that's valid.
Yeah. So, yeah, but anyway, we're glad to see that they're back together.
Yeah, well, congratulations, girlies.
Now
you
briefly-
sort out your problems. You're back together.
You're back together. Now, briefly wrapping up our top stories, Mzansi reacts to Spur's new look. The Spur has a new look and not everyone is loving it. The well-known family-friendly steakhouse has been around for over 50 years. In fact, they will be celebrating their 56th anniversary in October, and everybody is familiar with their logo. However, the iconic restaurant chain has decided that it's time for a change and has embarked on a rebranding plan. Spur's iconic restaurants are getting a refreshed look, promising new experiences and allowing for even greater moments of joy, states the press release. Chief Marketing Officer for the Spur Corporation, Vuyo Henda, comments, Spur has always celebrated family by being welcoming, generous, inclusive, and a place for celebration. The brand is now bolder, brighter, and more adventurous, offering more features, greater comfort, with a space that is designed to reflect the vibrance and diversity of South African families. The brand's well-known icon, the Chief, has been refined with an eye-catching stylized look. These visual changes, along with a streamlined, bolder logo typeface, will enliven the brand, not just in restaurants, but also in communications, enhancing its digital presence. So that was the old logo.
Yeah.
Which we all know.
Yeah.
And then that's the new logo.
It's not that different.
You can still see it's Spur.
You can still see Spur. It's not like X, formerly known as Twitter.
That was a drastic change. That was like a complete 180.
It's not like F&B, who now became... Okay, even the F&B one is not that extreme, but like it's fine.
I think the best example is Twitter to X. That's the best example.
I think it's fine. You can still see it's the same person, the same colors. It's just that, you know, the person is now modern, or the logo is now modern. It's not...
People were commenting and saying, don't fix what is not broken.
Nah, fam, people don't like change. That's the problem. We don't like change. We are used to the same routine. Even I have this. I don't like change. I have the same friends from primary school and high school. I even have the same clothes, some of them. I just don't like change.
Don't like change.
I stick to the same routine. The way I go to my house, I never take a different route.
It's the same.
I take that route to my house, and there are multiple routes to my house, but I take that one.
That specific one.
And at the same time, I will meet the same people who I usually meet on that route, because they just know this girl is going to pass by here at 5. So
For me, it's not a thing of I don't like change. I'm scared of change. Like, I think I like change, but the idea of it scares me, because you're so used to your comfort zone and now you have to readjust to everything. So I do like change. I'm just terrified of it.
Yeah.
Yes. But that is it for our top stories. Now, after the break, we get to talk about the population and housing census after the break, and we answer some commonly misunderstood questions. So stick around.
E-Ticket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nhcom.na.
Now, you've probably been getting a lot of messages reminding you about the census, and yes, we are talking about it today. And I'm joined by Mr. Ipumbu from the Namibia Statistics Agency. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you, madam?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, so let's get right into it. Why is a census so important, and what information can we gather from the data?
All right. Thank you. Good question. Why is the census important? You need data. You always need information, and the information that you acquire, you use it for planning, decision making, whether it's individually, whether it's institutionally, whether it's government, whether it's private sector. You need data. Now, the data that we're going to get from it, it's your demographic data, essentially. So we really want to understand how many people are in Namibia. What are the housing conditions? What are the living conditions? Do people have access to water? Do people have access to electricity? How many males do we have? How many females do we have? Things like that. So we just need demographic data, demographic, social, and of course economic data. And that's why it's important. Why is it also more important now is simply because the census took place last time in 2011. It's quite some long time ago, and we just need to update our statistics.
Definitely. Okay, so when exactly is the census taking place?
Okay, good question. The census itself, when our enumerators come to your households, it will be from the 18th of September until 3 November.
Okay.
So it's a whole exercise. It's a whole process. So what happens at the beginning for the first week, from the 18th of September, we simply just have for a week our enumerators going around and listing households, which just means that you record and identify structures where people live, so that you can count them.
Okay.
Yeah, so that starts from the 18th until the 23rd. That's for a week. Then your actual counting of people starts on the 25th, on the 25th of September, and that's a Monday. However, what we call a reference night means which date do we refer this information to? That one is the 24th September. So everybody will be asked, what happened in your household on the 24th September? Who slept here? How many people slept here?
Right.
So the reference will be made to Sunday, 24th September.
Okay.
That's where the questionnaire is based, so that once we are done, we'll be able to say, on the 24th of September, 2023, this was the state of affairs in the country.
All right. Okay. So how can the public identify the field officers?
Okay, thanks. They'll be quite identifiable. Of course, there'll be a lot. There'll be more than 10,000 in the whole country. And they'll be wearing our census attire. They'll be having their backpacks. They'll be having vehicles with our posters on it, our signs on it. They will be having clothing of NSA. They'll be having bibs. They'll be having their tabs or whatever they have, and they'll be very, very clearly identifiable. Number one, they'll also have, all of them will have what you call a census identification card.
Okay.
They will have a letter of introduction, and they will have their own ID.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then also critically, we have also created a validation site, which means on our website, in case somebody comes to you and you are not 100% certain, maybe they've given you the letter of introduction, census ID, and the ID, and you are still a bit skeptical, you can quickly go to our website, you go to our tab, the census, and then you go to our tab where you can verify stuff, and then you just put in the ID number that they've given you there or you see on their card, and all the data comes out who these people are.
Oh, that is quite convenient. I mean,
Yes.
it ensures safety as
Yes,
well.
yes.
All right. And what type of questions will we have to answer? I know you briefly touched on some of them, but what other questions will we have to answer?
Okay, the questions are simply demographic, social, and economic. Meaning, let's start with demographic. You will be asked, when people come to your household, they will knock and tell you, okay, I'm ABCD, I came to collect data, and first of all, tell me, maybe what is your name? Are you the head of the household? Will you be the main respondent? Then want to know how many people are in the household?
Yes.
What is the age structures? Are you male? Are you female? What is the labor situations? Are people employed? Are people unemployed? Housing conditions. Remember, population and housing census. So we don't just count people. We also look at the living conditions of Namibians or people living in Namibia. So we were interested in your housing condition. What kind of a house is this? Do you have access to water? Do you have access to electricity? Do you have access to sanitation? What is the ICT capability or assets that we have? Socially, so there'll be socioeconomic data, demographic data, labor data. It's really just questions about you, your households, living conditions, employment, income, things like that.
Oh.
So simply because it's such a massive exercise, we just want to get as much data as possible. Also because we'll be able to segregate it into up to constituency, household level, village levels, etc.
And how long can we expect this to take? Because, like you said, they are going in depth and asking all of these
questions. I think a good 20 minutes. People will request people to put aside a good 20 minutes. Why 20 minutes? It's because it's a census. It gets, like I said already, demographic, social, and economic data. It has not been done for the past 10, 11, 12 years. So our demographic data is outdated. So we need essentially everybody just to stick to give us that courtesy, and it will be smooth. It won't be as dramatic as probably people will think. However, the data is critical. We need it for planning. We can't continue planning with data of 2011. It just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense.
And want everybody to be counted, and people must just remember that. All the reference will be made to what happened on the 24th of September in your household. Who slept in your household? So we always say, sleep where you want to be counted. Sleep where you want to be counted.
Exactly, yes.
And critical also, only people that have slept in Namibia on the 24th of September will be counted. Which means if you're out of the country, you will not be counted.
All right.
And irrespective of whether you are Namibian or not, you will be counted. So we are not immigration, we are not here to see whether people have documents to be legal in Namibia. No, we just want to know who is in Namibia on this 24th, and that's how we also generate data of how many, for example, foreign nationals do you have in the country. It allows that's a method that is used to allow you to acquire such data. So everybody should be counted who's in Namibia, and you will be counted. Our people will be friendly, and we just ask you to give some time and assist our people, and then we'll have accurate statistics.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today and for giving us a little more insight on the census. Do your part and be counted. That is it for today's interview, but do stick around. More Small the Coffee coming up after the break.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraifa. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour,
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
Well, lovelies, that brings us to the end of yet another exciting episode of Smell the Coffee with Diana Master and Aina Raizakwe. We thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, same time, same place. On that note, it's all our love, all our light, and adios.